weekend. How are you doing, everyone? Welcome. Yeah, so we're messing around a little bit with the music. So the one you just heard at the end, this one, right, that is Dreamer from Alan Walker. And the theme song of the channel is this one. Now let me open my screen here, put my list on. So I've been messing around with some songs. I added some new ones because I want to have a different like first song. I think the Alan Walker Dreamer song is a nice one. But the vibe of Samurai from Jim Joseph, which is the theme song of the channel pretty much, this one is really good. This is such a good song to start the live stream. But I actually want, so this one is 3:20. I'm looking for like a 5 to 6 minute timer. And I'm trying to find a song that works a little bit better with Samurai. So not too happy, like it, you know, it needs to be like a Samurai style, you know. This one, it's so good. Maybe I have to write Jim Joseph a message and be like, yo, you know, I like this song. Do you have something similar? You know, like I might as well just maybe write him a message and see what's up. But yeah, trying to figure out a bit of a song for the like the first song of the countdown. But yo, what's up, everyone? How you doing? How are you doing? So Hike, maybe a Band-Aid, Seabell A's a winner. Yeah, I tried a new song, so I tried Disaster this time. I mean, that's the name of the song, by the way. It's more of a like you could see it in a movie, you know, like this one. I do quite like it. It's indeed a bit mysterious in a way. Yeah. It's like you want the music to build up to the moment where you then go live. You know what I mean? And I do like this style, as in it's building up, but it's still different, of course, than Samurai, which is more like it has a bit of a rock vibe, but still, I don't know, messing around with music. I just keep moving around the first song, changing it all the time. Music of the God, interesting. I'll check it out. Give me music. What's up? That's something I need. Give me music, yo. What's up, Kiwi Crazy Potato? I have to say it's getting easier and easier to follow along. I think I might quit my second job in the next few months. Yo, Crazy Potato. Making steps, man. The fact you're only thinking about it at the moment is already good, right? It's a step in the right direction. And that's also where you want to go, no? The fact that it is easier and easier to follow along with the analysis is, of course, because your knowledge is increasing. And if someone in my community can tell you more about how much easier it becomes when your knowledge is increasing, write to Zia Sky in Discord. So she has been a gold member for a long time. I've been studying Elliott waves and I gave feedback and all that stuff, and she's really improved. And she wrote me an email recently, last week, that she really understands what happens in the content. And I try to still bring it as easy as possible. But of course, if you have knowledge, it's easier to follow. And now she starts to make her own plans and her own counts as well, which is really positive. So yeah. really good. But good stuff, Crazy Potato. That's the start, right? Easier and easier to follow along, and then eventually getting your own scenarios. Contracting triangle, yeah. So I do have my thoughts locally, of course, in this live stream. By the way, welcome first of all. We're going to cover Elliott waves, and Bitcoin probably won't take too long, so I might also check an alt or two. And that is something that I will talk about as well, because I think instead of doing the writing as many alts as you can in the chat and me like typing along, I have the whole list of last time, which is a big one. I got them all here. So I think what I'll do is I just save this list, you know, and then if there's any more alts I did not put in that list, then, you know, people can write it, but the most should be covered. But I might do an altcoin or two as well before then ending the stream later. What's up, Rob? How you doing? Diamond Legend, by the way, everyone. Rob Cromer. There you go. Looking for a C upwards. For a bigger C up, all the way up, right? We want to start with an impulse, and at the moment this looks very much like a three-wave structure in an A, B, C move, and not really an impulsive wave one. So probabilities at the moment are higher. This is corrective instead of impulsive, which would increase probabilities to still look for the low at a later stage. But first, the weekend range. What I'm looking for actually locally to like kind of jump in, but not in too much detail just yet, is we have the move to the upside. Right, we've been ranging sideways here. We didn't really have a retracement. You can see the space that we have here to the downside. And if I pull a fib from the high to the low, we didn't really have that much of a retracement, not the 0.5 at least. We did hit the, where is it? The 0. Oh, wait, that one. So the 382 has been touched with the first leg down, but I think it would be nicer. We are still creating higher highs and higher lows. What I would like to see during the weekend as well is to eventually change a little bit of the market structure, dip down just a bit more, and eventually up towards the resistance here, which is a very interesting short zone as well. If we can see some weakness because of the corrective nature of the first structure down. So yeah, I'm looking a little bit for price to eventually come down to the middle of this range here. Look for some support, grind towards the upside, hit the resistance, and this is an interesting area where we could then see a move to the downside to then take the lows at least once more, if not go lower. But I'll cover that in the analysis in a little bit. So that's my thinking at the moment here with the local range. What's up, Christian? Zello, how you doing? Welcome. If AI can create one special... Yo, wait, Sibel, are you very experienced with AI as well? Yeah, that would be interesting. An AI soul. Koen X-Files. Sounds good. What's up, Rudy? Welcome. Good to have you here. Have a good weekend. Blaster, welcome. Transnari. Hello, Cutie. Thank you, I guess. What's up, Transnari? How you doing? Good to have you here once again. It's been a while, actually, since you were in the stream, right? Samith, welcome. Good to have you here as well. Another Diamond Legend, by the way. So, let's start. Right, so we're going to cover Elliott waves. We're going to start with Bitcoin. Up, zoom out. Are we going to do weekly? Yes. But only one scenario, the one that you all know and very quickly cover. I always like to zoom out. But then we jump into the lower time frames. Right, so we go through all of this. What's up, Contrarian? How you doing? Welcome. Good to have you here. I'm actually wondering, so I do know there's a few already that have a blue badge nowadays. And I think the blue badge is, what, 6 months or 9 months? It's a lot of months, at least. So some of you, like Samith Contrarian, you guys must be very, very close to reaching this because you've been here forever. Let me have a look here. I actually don't even... So after green, which you are now, you indeed go to blue. So that is the next logo you're going to get, which probably for most of you is going to be next month. I don't actually know. Yeah, oh, interesting. I don't know where I can see the time anymore. I forgot. But anyway, should be very close to reaching the blue logo. And it's very, I only think I saw one person so far. But yeah, welcome guys. Ferrari leads at the 24-hour of Le Mans. What can go wrong, right? Was just the start of the race. 24-hour of Le Mans is nice. And Ferrari did well, eh? Like this season in the endurance races. Yeah, cheers, Transnari, for joining as well. So we're going to cover some analysis and you'll be part of it today. Holton Tolton, welcome. Probably hitting roughly, yeah, it would be nice. 67K is important. Nuno, Christine, welcome. Good to have you here. Looking forward to your lives now. Looking forward to seeing you in the lives. Right? It's nice to see people come back. And it also, like, every time I see someone coming in and being more present also with the comments and stuff, I remember all the people that are messaging or commenting regularly or are in live streams. If you see the same names pop up every time, I start to recognize the names. I shorted 72K, target 62K. This is based on record setup on left already created. That's a nice one. I shorted 71. I'm still in the short as well. I did take a TP1, gotta say. But stick to your plan. Very nice, Transnary. Very, very nice. Good short, good trade. Yeah, ace. It's a pain, eh? It's a pain. Okay. Make sure to learn a lesson from it. So let's start. We are at the minute is 16. That's good to know because I have to put the timestamp in later. Yo, Mohammed Buba. Welcome. I've been following for a while. Never put any comments. No problem. It's not a must, of course. Most of the 11,000 something people are lurking, of course. But cheers. Good you send a message nonetheless. I like to see who's on the other. See who's on the other side, because in the end you guys see me. I can't really see you, but I see the names, so that's something, right? Nuzali, welcome. But Mohammed, welcome. Good to have you here. And I think you actually recently wrote a message. I don't think this is your first one, if I remember correctly. Nonetheless, though, we're going to start with the analysis. So weekly will be very short, and then we jump to the lower time frames, where I also have a diagonal scenario locally on my chart. So that's a bit of a new scenario, and I'll share my local thoughts on the 15-minute, which I just did as well at the beginning of the stream. But I will share it again, but then in the right order, right? So, okay, let's start. On the weekly, right? It's always good to have an overview and zoom out now and then. 1, 2, 3, 4, a 5-wave move, working on wave 3. And inside 3, we have the internal 5-wave impulsive count, expecting a move to the upside. Target for your wave 5 is big, 78.6 to 110K. But as we get more information on the lower time frames, we can get more specific. But of course, at the moment, this is just whatever, this is what we have. So that's it. Now, because wave 2 is very shallow as a retracement, the expectation is that your wave 4 is going to be a deeper retracement to the downside, right? So that is something we have to be prepared for. Wave 4 can easily be a -10, -15, -20% retracement, right? That is not uncommon in bull markets. Now, arguably, this over here is a not necessarily a bearish bullish scenario, but here you expect 2 more pushes to the upside. Of course, the most bullish scenario that you can imagine would be a 1-1-1-2, and you still look for a big wave 3 to the upside. Doesn't have the highest probabilities at the moment. It's just something in the back of my mind, and now also in your mind. It's just something I think about at least, but for now, this is your highest probability weekly scenario. Invalidation 49.3K. We don't want to see that one hit, right? Now, locally, on the 12-hour time frame, daily time frame, in case you don't have the 12-hour, we have the potential, at least, for a flat, where we have a wave A, wave B, and a wave C. And this scenario, the reason I put it back in the content is because of the analysis yesterday and the live stream, where we analyzed this move to the upside and shortly this range here, but mainly this structure to the upside here. So that is why I wanted to cover it. And here we then have a bigger flat, right? A, B, and then eventually a wave C. Now, let me already prepare you. Yes, this looks bearish, right? Because you're going to take the all-time high and then move down for C below 56K. But the price movement, look at the dotted line, is exactly the same as the bullish scenario and exactly the same as what you would look for in a W, X, and then a Y here. So even though these are three different scenarios, right, the price action between them is the same. You expect a bounce, a move up, take all-time high, and then what happens after, we'll see, right? We'll figure that out. We have to look for strength, weakness, we look at volume, we look at retracements, we look at CVD. We'll figure that one out. It's actually not too important, but you want to see the overlap between different scenarios. So even though there is a couple of ideas and a couple of scenarios here, it's mainly the overlap that's important. And you will see that even here we have a bearish scenario, but we're looking for then a double zigzag WXY, taking all-time high before then a move down. But the first step is take all-time high, and then we'll take it from there. Now in this scenario, your common target areas, the 382.0618, 66K, 62.4, you don't want to hit the 07 at 61.1. That would significantly reduce the probabilities for this whole scenario. Target area B, 77.9. 80.4K, right? And then you look for a C down. Of course, in your bullish scenario, the price action is exactly the same, right? It's exactly the same movement. We look for price to move into the 05786, preferably in this case, and then a move to the upside, taking the all-time high. But in this case, we're not looking for weakness between 77 and 80K. Right? We want to see signs of strength and price continuing to the upside instead of finding resistance, building a bigger range, starting to retrace bearish CVDs. That wouldn't be good, right? Probabilities would then increase for a move back down into the range. Here, we want to see continuation. We want to see the highs broken on a high amount of volume and impulsive continuity, holy moly, continuation to the upside, right? So we want to see volume increase, price increase. We want to see this up, right? Same movement in price, different scenarios, still taking that all-time high. Same in the WXY, WX flat in a wave Y, right? That being said, I want to add something to my scenario. So then here we have regular flat, expanding flat, and then another flat, which is a possibility in a WXY. Common target areas on the chart, right? Starting at 63.1K. But here again, the price action is similar, right? It is absolutely the same. But in this case, you also expect continuation. But now, after a wave Y is in, you're looking for a wave 1, then a 2, and a 3, right? In your bearish scenario, you're looking for an ABC and a move down. You see the similarity and the difference, and here you look for impulsive continuation. Right? Boom. So the similarities between the scenarios is important and adds to the probabilities as well, which, as mentioned in the morning and are still the same, are higher to still move up and take the all-time high before anything else. Yes, having a retracement is absolutely no problem. There's an important area of support that I will cover in a second. But the probabilities are higher for price to take out the high before maybe at a later stage 56K. But at the moment, that is a lower probability. And once price takes out the high, we can't really say once, but if price takes the high, as the probabilities are highest for that to happen from an Elliott wave point of view, we will then analyze the breakout to then get to the probabilities of what scenario we're looking for in a lot more detail, right? So important. Now, just a side note in the WXY here, if we are looking for wave Y, then we want to see a flat in an ABC, which is what you see over here, right? So the wave B target here has been hit for a regular flat ABC, and inside wave C, we are then looking for a diagonal now. At the moment, based on local price action. Now, I do prefer for a wave 4 to be finished, but I put this diagonal on my chart because the first structure to the upside here has a bit higher probabilities of being corrective instead of impulsive. So I put it on the chart here, but what we're looking for is a zigzag in 1, in 2, maybe complex in 3, there's zigzag or WXY, it doesn't actually matter. Common target area for 3 is hit in a diagonal. taken from trend-based fib extension, start of one, end of two, right? And then we have, or what we're looking for is a bounce in 4 and then a move down in wave 5. Now the common target area for 4 is the 382 to the 05. Put the price on the chart here. 66.9, 67.5. And what is interesting is the overlap with the resistance. So the 382 at 66.9 is in confluence with the blue resistance box, 66.7, 67K, some additional resistance in that area, including the volume levels of this range, but also a daily naked point of control. And that is the biggest resistance that we have above us, right? If you can pass that daily naked point of control, yeah, we can look for a 68 something, right? We can move up, but that is your big resistance at the moment. And in this scenario, we then look for a wave 4, and then we want to see a wave 5 to the downside. And we do have some support down here, 62.9 to 63.4K, right? The blue box here as well. Now, wave 5 has to be shorter than wave 3. So we take a trend-based fib from the start of 3 to the end of 3 to, let's say, that daily naked point of control, right? At like 67K, which means that your wave 5 is not allowed to hit the 1-to-1. But you can see that this 1-to-1 is at 62K and is below the target area, the support box here, which is interesting, right? So this box could therefore be a potential end of a contracting diagonal. Now, wave 4 has to be a zigzag family structure. So we are looking for a 3-wave move up, find the resistance, then move down in another zigzag structure for 5, find support, range, grind to the upside, some volume, bullish CVDs, maybe a bit of a retracement, and then you want to continue, right? Then you want to move back towards the upside. So this is something I'm keeping an eye on the 15-minute time frame at the moment. As explained at the very beginning of the live stream, what I'm looking for here is you can see the space that we have here, right? There's a lot of space on the chart. We had a quick move up. At the moment, it looks more like a 3-wave structure, right? And we have an 886 touch here at the low, taken from the low to the high, price retraced to the 886, generally a rare target for a wave 2, common for a B or an X. So there are probabilities for this to be an ABC to the upside, to then look for a W, X, Y double zigzag, and then move to the downside. No? Highest probability on the local time frame here is to still take out this low at the moment, but then it's probably going to happen after the weekend. What I'm looking for locally here at the moment on the 15 is to see a bit of a bigger retracement eventually to the downside during the weekend. So again, we have a lot of space here, and if I pull a fib from the low to the high of the first move up, then you can see that, yeah, with the first retracement down, we hit the 382, but we have continuously built higher highs and higher lows. So up, you know, it's just up. And there's no problem with this, but it does leave a lot of space down here. So I'm actually looking for price to eventually fill a bit of that space and move to the downside, hitting some deeper targets. Not too happy necessarily with the first move hitting the 382 and then that's it. I don't mind price moving up, but it would be nice to see price tickle down eventually before hitting the resistance for then a more solid, I suppose, 3-wave structure. So that's just a thought, right, with regards to local price action. Yeah, the resistance here, I'm keeping an eye on this resistance. I do look for it to be hit on the lower time frames. We have some bullish CVD divergences at the moment. Let me refresh this. And bearish as well, by the way. That's interesting. So we have both bullish and bearish. Higher low in price, lower low on yellow on the CVD. And we also have this one already played out. This one also played out. It's mainly yellow. So bullish on yellow here. But locally, price moving down. Look at the CVD here moving up. Right, so we have some bearish CVDs, but these already played out locally. But nonetheless, it doesn't really change my thought per se, where I don't really care too much about what price would do here, but it would be nice to see price move down into this space and then move up to the resistance afterwards. That would be ideal. And that continues the weekend range as well. As explained, it's weekend, probabilities are higher for a weekend range. So and then eventually next week, it would be nice to then try and gun for the lows, which at the moment has the highest probability. So on a weekly time frame, probability is higher for the bulls. On a 12-hour/daily time frame, probabilities are also higher for the bulls to take out this high before anything else, right? Including taking the lows at the moment, higher to move up for the highs before maybe at a later stage the lows. But it doesn't mean we can't get any retracements. And locally on the 15 at the moment, probabilities would still be higher for now to take out the low based on the local market action or market like the price action. And we have important resistance at 67K. Now, with regards to important support, covered it shortly in the morning update here. But this morning I was looking for some better support areas. And we have the gap first of all. Now, this is Confluence 1, right? I'm going to add a couple more. So we have the daily gap, price moving to the upside here. We had we still have an order block here, a red candle. Then we got a bigger push up and another red candle. This leaves a gap here, gap top 64.6, low 63.1. Oftentimes acts as support the first time you hit it. And we're talking about a daily time frame here, right? Now, if you do close a daily candle inside the gap, the probabilities increase to fill the gap to 63.1K. Now that is quite interesting because if we take a speed fan from the low to the high here, you can see that the golden pocket of the speed fan is also crossing this box nicely, right? And the speed fan is price and time. So of course the lines are also connected to time, right? They increase as time passes to the upside in this case. So eventually moving to the downside somewhere next week inside this gap would be quite interesting in confluence with the volume profile of this range. So this is the volume that has been traded in this range since the 29th of February. So it's a big range that we're in already, right? A lot of volume has been traded. And what you can see is the 70% of, or I should say differently, 70% of the volume that has been traded inside this range is in between the blue lines. And this is your value area high, point of control, the highest area, right, and the most volume traded at this level, and the value area low. And the value area low is in confluence with the gap, the low of the gap, and the golden pocket speed fan. And to make things nicer as well, we also have a support resistance area here. Resistance, support, 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 a little bit of a dip eventually, some support, as well. Lots of price action here, right? Bit of resistance. And then we moved to the upside. So this is quite an interesting area on top of an order block on the daily time frame as well. So the area between 63K or 63.5 and 62K is important support on the chart, which is the reason also why I have one of my target boxes here, right? This blue box here, 63.5, 62.9. Arguably, your support is a bit bigger, but I don't like to have a box that goes all the way down here. Yeah, that is definitely an area of interest, right? It doesn't mean we have to get there, but it would definitely be interesting to see price at least touch the high of the gap and then take it from there. Locally, most important resistance, 67K. Most important support is around that 63K area. So yeah, probabilities communicated, support resistance communicated. This is currently what I am looking for. Yesterday we spoke on the live stream. I mentioned I had interest in a long position. Now, guess what? I took the long position. I don't actually know when we stopped streaming at what. We streamed quite long. I don't know, somewhere. Yeah, we stopped streaming somewhere here. So yeah, what I was looking for, I literally mentioned it in the live stream yesterday and also in the Koens Setups channel. Which is the channel where I share interesting Elliott wave ideas. And it doesn't mean I take them or not, but I explain why a setup is interesting. It's the first link in the description. And on the live stream as well yesterday, for a change, I mentioned, if I can see some grinding to the upside with bullish CVDs, I get confident to take the long. Now, guess what? We go to the 3 minute. We zoom in. So the first bull CVD here, I had no interest. Higher low in price, lower low on this CVD. This was an 886 retracement as well. So I did not have any interest at that moment in time. But then price is moving towards the upside, right? And as price moves up, we see another higher low, and on yellow here, a lower low. It's a little sign, but I wasn't too interested at that moment just yet. Now then price is moving. We have over here, right? I was still waiting. I was not in any position here as well. Here we have higher high as well, lower high on blue. It's a bullish CVD because we didn't take the low of this little order block here. Price moved up and it played out. Now things start to get interesting. And the moment, right, we then arrived here once again, higher low in price, lower low on the CVD. Look at the blue line here, higher low, right? Look at blue. You can see it there. Lower low on the CVD, which again was a bullish CVD divergence. And this is the area here where I then started to get interested to join, which was around this area, right? And it played out very, very nicely. No? So yeah, I mean, what to say? So the only interest I have now is this area, and yeah. I need to wait for price to get there and then show me some signs of weakness. So yeah, that's that. That's the analysis. That's the thoughts. And yeah. This is what I'm looking for from an Elliott wave point of view. 1 second here. I'm gonna write some chatting and some oops. Mind you, that shouting, writing alts in the chat to ask can you do this or that doesn't help. We always do voting here, right? It's a group effort. So I will explain in a second how we do that. But first, let me have a look here. Tomorrow is, by the way, the altcoin stream. So tomorrow is specifically focused on alts, the whole live stream. So no Bitcoin at all. Where were we? We were... Change my name to match Discord. Okay, I see. I mean, it's still Tim, so... Martina, welcome. Good to have you here. Adam, welcome as well. The current market 3-4 looks like the earlier market 1-2. Can we compare stream timestamp? Stream timestamp at 7 minutes. Trends Nari with 3-4. Do you mean the price action at like 24K? 24, 30K, that piece of price action there. Give me music. How are you doing? Could you show us how you use the CVD? Oh, I actually just did. Yo, Drake. So yesterday, lol. So yesterday you came into the chat talking absolute bullshit. So I'm actually curious what you got today. So please enlighten me on my sloppy schedule of uploading 3 times a day on YouTube, once in the morning with a video, afternoon live stream, and evening video or live stream. So please let me know how you would improve the amount of content and the planning of content. I'm all ears because it seems like you are an absolute beast in YouTube, right? You have a incredible amount of 1 subscriber and 2 videos, including one of Andrew Tate. So I look forward to your feedback here. By the way, the only reason I talk like this is because yesterday he was talking absolute cock as well. So of course I love feedback, but yesterday this guy, man. So please enlighten me. I'm all ears. There's a bit of liquidity, 65, 64. Yeah. I mean, it's an interesting area. Yeah, absolutely. So with regards to Give Me Music, so you're using Coinalyze, which is a good website, right? So Coinalyze is a website where you can CVD. I just prefer the AGGR chart. For me, it's a lot more accurate. I also like the interface a lot more. I don't have the ads on the outside. I have a full screen of data. So for the people that don't know Coinalyze, right? So if we go to Coinalyze, then what you see here, so this is just a chart, is you have all the numbers here on the right side and some ads as well. And I like the full screen aspect of AGGR, and also AGGR is a really good platform with all you can do with regards to all the indicators that are possible, either installed or community-wise, right? There's so much options here that you can use. I definitely recommend checking AGGR out. So 1 second, I want everyone to see this. Please join with your main account as well, so I can do the same. Okay, there we go. So I like AGGR because it is full screen, right? I don't have ads and stuff on the side as well. There's a lot of possibilities, but I only use it for CVD, right? That's just that's the thing that I like to use. So and with regards to how to use it, if you go to Discord and you go to the Good to Know channel, so here I share the link, right? So charts AGGR, right? And then we have my template here as well. So you don't like, you can just go to the website, download my template, upload the template, and you can mess around and see how it works for you, right? You can also change the CVDs if you wish to. You can just change the code of the CVD. It sounds more difficult than it is really. And here you have a one-pager on how to use CVD. So what I'm looking for locally, it's all context-based. So when I'm at support, as just explained as well in the analysis, when I'm at support, I mentioned yesterday, I'm interested in looking for a long, but I want to see price grinding up and I want to see some bullish CVDs preferably. We are at support, so therefore bullish CVDs have a higher impact. Right? That's what I'm looking for. And eventually we did get those bullish CVDs as well. So you can try to trade every CVD divergence, but likely you're still not going to be a profitable trader. CVD is one of the tools that can be used in the toolbox with other tools that you use and other ways of analyzing the chart. But it's just an interesting tool in the context of where price is. So if you're at resistance and you see some bearish CVDs, it's more interesting than having bearish CVDs in the middle of a pump to the upside, right? That's its context. So I would recommend to play around with AGGR, with the template, maybe change some of the lines if you wish to, and get some experience. A bullish CVD is a higher low on price, lower low on the CVD, and a bearish CVD is lower high on price, higher high on the CVD. If you want to know exactly like why that is in more detail, right? Because with RSI and stuff, that would be a hidden divergence. But this is not hidden. This is literally how CVD works. Check out the video. And the CVD divergence beginner's guide video is also in the one-pager shared in Discord. Tomorrow, Father's Day. I don't even know if tomorrow is Father's Day. I need to check. Last year fall. I have one count there. Of course, I already removed. So the thing that I do, and probably many of you know if you've been here, is I like to keep my charts very clean. So, for example, in the macro bull, as just showed on the weekly, I remove all the sub-degree counts, right? And I also remove them from my folders because they're irrelevant, right? They're not relevant anymore. It's past price action. It just makes the chart very messy. So same here, right? I removed everything. However, because I sometimes get this question, I do at least have one of the scenarios in here. And also because the WXY generally is a very difficult structure for people. So it's just something that I sometimes, if I get a question, I just show. So one of the ways to count this was a WXY-XZ. Now, a WXY-XZ is a very, very rare corrective structure. So of course, alternatively, you have a more simple structure for a flat where this is a 5-wave move, ABC, that's easy, right? You can count a flat here. Of course, the more complex one is a WXYXZ, which actually, looking at the waves, does work nicely, not gonna lie. It's actually a very nice WXYXZ, but it remains an incredibly rare structure. So, and that is something we have to keep in mind compared to more simple structures, WXY, ABC flats, zigzags. But yeah, I mainly have detailed counts on local price action because the past is the past, So we do use the past, of course, for future counting, but not the lower time frames and the details. Cheers, Tibetan monk. Yeah, I need to get to this monk status. Exactly, Lowry. Yeah, exactly, Amor. I do like a little bit of a challenge. Yo, Hoshi no Tane, Sidrik, Tensai Batake, Seido. Now that is a username. Welcome and cheers. Thanks. I'll just call you Hoshi if that's okay. Cheers, giving music. We also have support from channels from wave 1, 2, yeah, which is this channel here. 1 second. You mean this one? So the channel at the moment here below price, that's quite like 62.1. Let me open my targets here. Yes, that would indeed be. So if we would move down next week. So this is next week and this is the week after. So if we can move down either next week or the week after, then additional confluence is the top trend line of this channel as well, which we have hit once. Yes, that would be a nice additional area of support. Oh, personally, I because I never really check ETH, I haven't. But is this wave 2 or wave 4? Wave 4 in a diagonal. Or it depends on the time frame. But locally on a let's say 1 hour, it would be a wave 4 in a diagonal scenario, if we look for diagonals. And this move down, wave 2, wave X or wave Y. Doesn't matter, as all of these scenarios eventually lead to all-time high, and then we have to take it from there. Yeah, WXYXZ. Cheers, Anil. And Bitcoin has a correction. I know, right, Moe? What's up, Tim? How you doing? The next move, make sure to check out the analysis, but in short, just to summarize the probabilities. Weekly bullish, daily bullish, locally still expecting the low to be taken. We have some important support between 63.5 and 62k, and on the 15-minute time frame, it would be nice to eventually look for a move down, hit some support, go up to 67k, find resistance, and then look for a move to the downside if we get some proof of resistance. Weakness. 59k is definitely interesting as well. Like from a psychology point of view, I would like that. Because losing 60k is a mental level now, right? And dipping below 60, one can imagine the bears talking about, oh, we're gone, right? Or no, we're not gone. Like we're going down. But then just dip below 60 just shortly to then continue. But we do have very, very important support above. So you first have to lose that, of course. What's up, Doda? Cheers. Happy to hear that. And I actually sometimes have been looking at Elliott wave indicators. I cannot recommend any Elliott wave indicator. If you study Elliott waves for 1 week, you're going to be better than any indicator out there. Like, they're really bad. They're really, really bad. I have never, ever found a Elliott wave indicator that is getting close to trustworthiness. Every single indicator in here is shit. it's really bad. So so of course people might go to indicators to skip a part of the process because Elliott waves is difficult. The problem is that high time frame or low time frame doesn't matter. The moment you study Elliott waves for a week, you will outperform any indicator on TradingView. Yeah. So I don't recommend any indicator. I do appreciate the effort that people are putting into developing indicators, but it's just not good. You'll be a lot better yourself by learning some Elliott waves than looking for the indicators. And what I recommend is to even if you just watch this playlist, right, you'll probably be smarter than most of the indicators already just by watching. So this is all you need to know about Elliott waves, right? I made this playlist, posted it online earlier this month. Everything you have to know about the patterns, the waves, the targets, FIB time, volume, some tips and stuff. Check this, you'll outperform any indicator. Yeah. Transnari, I mean, right now we have a similar structure. Yeah, I mean possibly, but it's right now we have a similar structure. 31 to 24K, 71. Yeah, I don't 70. Yeah, possibly 71, 61. I don't know what 71. Do you mean this high? Right, I need a date. 71 to 61 to 58 to 56, or is it here? Yeah. Don't really know what to say. I mean, price doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. For me, of course, the structure we have here compared to what we are looking for here is different for me personally, right? This was more impulsive compared to what we have here. A lot of ranging and overlap as well. Arguably, this move to the upside can be quite similar to what we see here, but it's a different context. But yeah, I can see the similarities. So, and don't you worry if I don't ignore comments, but I eventually can't comment on everything. But here you go, I commented, because there will be a time when chat is going to go very quick. I can't keep up, so I will probably ignore more and more and more. Not ignore, but I used to be a professional gamer and streaming on Twitch, and it's impossible when you have hundreds of viewers to keep on top of chat. So you probably, because you use a word in there, Nunal, that YouTube bans. So make sure to keep an eye on the words, and if there's words that scammers tend to use, like you read your sentence and there's like a certain words that scammers always talk about, earn money and profit and get in touch with expert XYZ. The word expert, for example, is a banned word as well. So pay attention to those words. Yeah, I agree, Bettina. Elliott wave rocks. Hasta la vista, Barbie. Interesting question, because at the moment I track both of these scenarios on the monthly, but in both cases we look for price to move up, but then you're either going to finish a wave 1, because the wave 2, right, would lead to another monthly 1-2, so 1-2 1-2 1-2 on the monthly, multi 1-2, and a wave 4 looking for a 5 and a deeper retracement. I actually covered this exactly in the high time frame video that I did. Where is it? Here, in this one. Yeah. What's up, Aristotle? I will acknowledge every comment, but a viewer, of course, has to also understand the position that a streamer is in, when if the chat would go very fast, right, and move quickly, which is not the case in my stream just yet, I will never be able to keep up with every comment and answer every comment, and probably I will just completely miss comments because they're already out of my box before I can answer. But that is something for the future. But just know that there will be a time where I simply cannot answer everything if the channel continues to grow, which I guess is understandable. Same with if you watch live streamers, gaming streamers, like I used to be myself as well. But of course, I appreciate every comment. I acknowledge every comment, and I try to reply to every comment, also on YouTube as well as in the live streams. And for now, I can. But I do know that if we continue growing like this with the pace, then there will be a time where it will be significantly more difficult. A flat 71 back to 63. You would have a flat here, A, B, C, but then this needs to be a W if you want to go to X and then Y. So either a WXY or another flat in here. No, it's not really. And then to, what was it? Back to 63. It doesn't fit nicely with the first structure to the upside. It's not really something I'm looking for now, at least. How long did it take you from the first studying to actually becoming successful? About 1.5 to 2 years. I would say 1.5 years to get the hang of Elliott waves. About like 1.5 to 2 years to really master Elliott waves, right? And that was also the moment where the trading started to happen. Yeah. Yeah, I do. What's up, Jeremy? How are you doing? Been in the zone late, work and trading, but still lurking. Also, thanks to you, trading has been on fire. Cheers, Jeremy. And absolutely fine, man. Focus on your work and focus on training, right? Trading, not training, trading. But yeah, cheers. Thanks for popping in and leaving a message. Appreciate that, man. And good luck with the trades as well. Cheers, Sultan. And Transnari, of course, if you are a member, then at that moment in time, right, if we ever come to that place, then the members have priority. So also with emails, I once emails start to increase, I can't answer the emails. So do not expect a person on the other side to always answer for a question. But I, for now, answer everything because I can. But if there once upon a time will be a time I can't, then one has to accept it, unless you are a member, which means they get priority in my attention, of course, because they're paying members. But that is not yet. They already do, because I always reply to members first. But I still have enough time to reply to anyone else most of the time. Now, with regards to the alts, I have a shitload of alts here in a straw poll list. So let's have a look at a few. You guys can vote, right? So I'm going to create this poll. If your alt is not in the list, first please Control F for your alt, right? Wait, is ETH in it twice? Did I just see that? Yes. 1 second here. I need to. Let me just create a new one here. Straw poll. ChatGPT. Okay, and then we go to this, and then we do that. Oh, copy the code. I want to copy that afterwards. Okay. Wait, are we finished? Yes. Okay, so copy, go to straw poll, control, vote. Preview. Okay, so if your alt is not in, please Control F first and check it yourself. But then write me a message so I can add it, because I'm keeping a list in my notes with all the alts that have been mentioned once before, so I can add it to the future list. Okay, and then we share the link, no? So we go to share, copy, right, and then do this, vote, alt. I actually don't want to replace my pinned comment, so I just, I'll just spam the link. So just vote. I'll just give you a few minutes to vote for the alt. Now, again, many alts are in here. So make sure you Control F first. Oh, look at this one. I have to remove this. You can continue voting. Let me just quickly edit that one out. Up. So I'll give you a little bit of time to vote. And again, if one of your alts, just Control F and search for your alt, right? If it's ETH, then boom, just vote for ETH. If your alt is not in the list, or some of your alts, just write me a message here. Okay. Cheers, Zazawix. So it's in the list now. Wow, I'm actually surprised that Doge is not in the list. We have covered Doge a couple of times. I only had the idea of saving the whole list later. Doge. I actually wonder how many options one can have. Okay, let's see how you've been doing so far. Whoops, move down, show the results. What are we up to? Oh, not many votes. It's also, of course, like my thumbnail today is a Bitcoin logo and not an altcoin logo. But we already covered Bitcoin. Have a look at the time mentioned in the pinned comment. No, but stocks, they can be mentioned. That's no problem. Yeah. So stocks or other stuff, they can be added as well. It's no problem. Maybe one day I have to do a specific stock stream or commodity stream, that sort of stuff. Yeah, no problem. Maria Helena, welcome. Good to have you here. Okay, so you can, by the way, vote for more than one coin, right? So you can vote multiple at the same time, multiple choice. Not. You need 2 more people to vote for not. Oh, 1 more now. 3. Oh, Modder. I'm actually curious, guys. I have a question. Why? I'm allegedly curious. Why is Modder? Because I actually checked this chart the other day. Right. Why is this one interesting? So why are people interested in Modder? I'm curious. It's a very new chart as well, and I looked at it. I think we checked it out in the previous altcoin stream, didn't we? Or somewhere. I remember. I think I actually checked it maybe in just a stream in general, not necessarily an altcoin stream. but I don't know. It's a very new chart, right? You can't even go to a daily time frame to analyze anything. You got to go to like a 1 hour. Add high. Yeah, it's not in yet. Iggy Azalea. And who is Iggy Azalea? A famous singer. Oh, really? So that's always interesting when big personalities try to launch their own coin. Of course, it's related to income undoubtedly, as it should of course earn them more money. Makes you think as well, how much does that person own of Mother, and can he empty his bag on his followers like a Luna 2.0? No, tomorrow is altcoin stream, like dedicated to alts. But today I have some time, so I will just do an alt or two. Oh, it's a she. I mean, I guess Mother. So who's behind this? Mother altcoin. Mother Iggy. Is that it? Produces millionaires. Oh no. After this, like this is what gets like people wrecked as well, right? These type of titles. So who is this Iggy? Iggy Azalea. A rapper. Of course it's a rapper. Iggy Azalea. She is 33 years old, because I'm born in 92. Okay, so Australian rapper. Okay, I see. So it makes I wonder what the validity is of her altcoin, if you know what I mean. Oh, by the way, to vote, check this link, guys, if you want to vote for the alts. I forgot to repost this. Yeah, it makes me think like, how are the fundamentals? Like, how much does she own? With these type of things, they of course do it because of the earning potential of having a coin, undoubtedly. But I would mainly be interested in who holds the most, right? If that is people close to this artist or the artist herself, it's a problem for the coin as well. Because you can just dump everything on your followers and take profit. Because of course, undoubtedly, when she launched the coin, she already owns something at probably a large portion, and when it moves up, she's of course earning big bucks. So eventually, she might want to sell something, and then what? Yeah. So I'm always at least careful. I mean, do your own research, right? I don't know the singer. I really have no idea. Dot in the top 5. Yeah. Okay, shall I end the voting? I mean, it's been quite some enough time. Let me refresh the voting. And somehow we end with Sol on top. Okay, well, let's have a look now. Oh wait, I already have Sol in the list here. Let's have a look. Where are we? Up. She wished she was Australian. Oh. Yeah, I have no idea who it is. But somehow this altcoin is requested a couple of times already, and it just makes me interesting. How do people even find this shit, right? These alts. It's so interesting. How many people voted for it? 2. Okay. Okay, so let me have a quick look here. Yeah, I mean Solana is going to be very short, no? Oh wait, I have to write down the time of the live stream. 1:10. So it's quite easy. Bullish scenario is what you see on the chart, where here we are looking for a wave 4. Highest amount of volume in this move to the upside, so preferably we count this as a wave 3. Then we have a low time frame 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of course, more bullish would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where then your wave 3 and your wave 4 are going to move up. But that is just stuff you got to know for the future, because it doesn't actually matter, because in this scenario you simply look for price to move up, and then at a later stage you reanalyze the chart again. So here we have a double 1 2, 1 2 blue, 1 2 white, and then we look for a 3 4 and continuation up, right? Target area for your wave 4 23605, from the low of 2 to the high of 3, 116 to 60. Did we hit the, we didn't yet hit the 0.236. Let me actually check what happens if I do this. Then it did hit. Okay, so that is quite interesting. So if we would move this 3 and this 4 up, and we would count 1 2 3 4 5. No, it is correct. Yeah, no. So your common target area is the 236 to the 05. Yeah, okay. So in this area, we are at resistance. The current range is respected incredibly well. These are the value area levels of the all-time high range on Solana. So we moved in the range over here, value area high, for 4 weeks in a row, giving you resistance. Moving down, value area low for 4 weeks in a row as support. It's insane. So we do have, of course, important support here, the point of control at 100. So that's an important level. And then below that, I mean, it's a bit of a gap, but the 05 around 60 is interesting as well, which of course would be quite a deep dip. So 60 to 55. So the 100 would be, support number 1. In a bearish scenario, you're looking, of course, for an impulse to be finished. A, B, C, and in C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, finished and down. Lower probability at the moment, right? I mean, probabilities are higher for the bulls, as long as you don't at least invalidate a wave 4 and 44 would, 45 is the 618 to invalidate a wave 4 at the moment. So you got to go down so much. So yeah, we have enough room still. Did we take the low? Yes, we did. So this move up looks like a solid 3-wave structure to the upside, not a 5-wave move. This also retraced too deep for a double 1 2, 1 2 1 2 continuation up. So if we look for an impulse, we either have to count 1 2 3 4 5, but wave 4 retraced too deep, a double 1 2, 1 2 1 2. Very low probabilities, second 2 hit the 886, or a diagonal, which is way too early. So probabilities are higher that this is corrective, which does increase probabilities to at least continue ranging for a longer period of time or catch out this low one more time. Which of course kind of means you go towards that 100 support, which is the point of control of the previous range that we had. So yeah, at the moment, probabilities are low for this to be the end of your corrective structure on Solana. Probabilities are higher to continue this range for then the higher degree wave 4. Yeah, I stopped the poll when I saw Sol. It was online for like 10 minutes. Yeah, maybe a band-aid. That's the problem, right? With regards to those coins. So okay, let me refresh. Is there anything else? Okay, we have dot. Nice. Let's have a look then. Mark, I do see your comment about the like button. Yeah, so I'm never really into pausing and hit the like. Look, it's quite simple, everyone. If you enjoy what you see, you appreciate the effort, you know what to do, no? And it does help out the channel, of course. Okay, almost touched the 886. So to the downside, so we are now, so that it doesn't look too great for DOT, not gonna lie, because we move below the point of control of this part of the chart, which is the red line, which acted as support for 5 weeks. Then you went up, hit the gap, took the high, moved down. Now you're below the point of control and likely end the week below the point of control by the looks of it, for now at least. Yeah. The support to the downside though is this box 483,536. So that is an interesting level. The value area low is 430. And with regards to Elliott waves, why do I have a trend-based fib extension? Okay. Yeah, this was the thing. Okay, so bullish scenario is looking for a wave 2, right? 05786. The 05 is touched with the wick here. Of course, now that we lost the point of control for the time being, we might visit the golden pocket, which is in confluence with the box, making it an interesting area. Yeah, 05786, 585 to 440. You don't want to touch the 886. You know, if you go to 4, that would be a problem. You're likely going to take the double bottom in that case. So that is your bullish scenario. The bearish one, well, the bearish one is quite interesting because if you want DOT to stay alive, pretty much, you actually first want to move to the golden pocket at 20. Yeah. If we look for a zigzag 1 2 3 4 5 correction, preferably you move to at least the golden pocket so that your 0.618 target for a C, which is a rare target by the way, is on top of the double bottom. You got to move up to the 886 to get the 1-to-1 common target for C at the low. So preferably you're going to move up still significantly. Alternatively, of course, we look for a WXY. So let me at least consider this. If we look for ABC, flat. Okay, so if we have a zigzag in W, one second. Okay, we didn't hit the golden pocket. If W is zigzag, then we have X can be any corrective structure, and then wave Y has to be a flat or a triangle. Now, in the case of a flat, you are then looking for A, B, C, so you would still take the high, and in case of a triangle, you might wick the double bottom, but preferably you don't get that low. Like, This range is also very long now compared to this. Let me have a look. Oh, flip time. So for now, this here looks better as a corrective structure down, not an impulsive structure, ending on a high amount of volume before starting a big range. If this was impulsive, preferably we had a 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5, but we never got those 4 or 5s. And now this one is so big, it's low probabilities compared to this being a 2 and then this being your 4. So it looks better as a corrective structure. So the probabilities would be higher to look for price to still move up at a later stage to take out the high at 12. But preferably, I would love to see DOT come into the blue box here, 520, which would be nice with Bitcoin locally. If it can move up, 67K, important resistance, right? We have a daily at 68. If Bitcoin can, probabilities at the moment are still higher to sooner or later take out this low locally. Probably not during the weekend, gotta say. During the weekend, you're probably just gonna range between 67 and 60. What is this? 5K. But if you do move down, it would be very interesting to observe the reaction on DOT here. Yeah, that's great support. What do we have there? Oh, we have a lot of stuff. Yeah. And the value area low is at 430, but that is okay, 786, so it's still acceptable. It's not the 886, so would be very deep though. So I would prefer DOT to hold 480 max from an Elliott wave point of view. What's up, Po Amit? How you doing? Mr. Amit, Master Amit. Legionario, welcome. Good to have you here as well once again. So yeah, currently the probabilities would be higher to move up. We have a simple support resistance high at the moment, right? The only bearish scenario where you're going to take the low is a WXY. If this is your high, you got to think about WXYs, which means WX, potentially in then already as a flat, and then you look for Y, but Y has to be either a flat or a triangle, because then W is a zigzag. Can we make it a flat if we do this and then this? No. In that case, wave C is longer than twice the length of A plus B. So a flat to the downside here has low probabilities. So a zigzag works better. And then we need to count a W, X, and then a Y. But because W is a zigzag, Y can only be a flat or a triangle. Of course, in a flat, you're going to take the high first. And in a triangle, you're just going to move horizontal. So it's not too likely at the moment you're then going to take the double bottom. So yeah, probabilities would be high to still take this high. Yeah. Oh shit, I forgot to write the time down for my timestamps afterwards. Oh. 123, I think we pretty much started at like 115 or something. Like Solana was very short, so I should be fine, something like that. If it's voted for, of course. I can't do personal requests when there's, of course, 100 people watching. I've only done a personal request once, which was on gold, but that is, that is paid for because it takes my time and effort. And of course, on the live stream, it's for free on live, but I listen to the community, which of course is the voting for everyone. If I do my Elliott wave indicator, what pattern gives the highest moves? A wave 3. If you are looking, a pattern. So what you're looking for is an impulse. So the best trade honestly, I have a great example for this, is looking for an impulse and then trade the retracement. So on BIDI, a very easy, very good trade was a long here. In this whole range, the easiest setup by a mile was this long. And I'll explain why, so that at least next time it happens, you can trade it yourself. So this move to the upside, right, had a higher probability of being an impulsive move, right, an impulse up. Now we made a low, fresh low. So this impulse has to be counted either a wave C, wave A, or a wave 1. The wave C is the only bearish count. If this is a wave C, you then expect continuation down, right? Wave A and 1 is bullish because you expect a retracement continuation. If this is a wave C, you need to look for a flat, right? Because we made a fresh low here. So you need to look for A, B, and a C. However, your wave C did not take the high of A in a flat. A, B, C. A running flat is very rare, never preferred unless all of the other stuff fails, which means this move up being a wave A or a wave 1 had much higher probabilities compared to this being a wave C, which means any retracement down was a long, and then especially the common target area is the 05 to the 786. Now we hit the 05 and off we went. So yeah, the most profitable trades are the wave 3s / a wave C. You don't really know what you get at times. If this was a wave 3, then preferably we of course extend to much higher prices, but nonetheless it's a very good move. So those would be the best ones to try and find, are those type of hey, we are making a significant high or a significant low. I wait for an impulse. Then I identify, is this a C, is this an A, or is this a 1? And if the probabilities are higher for an A or 1, long. That's when you're gonna look for long positions, which was definitely the case here. So that was the easiest trade in the whole range so far. All the other trades were more difficult, right? But that was the easiest one, and also it's a good RR, right? So yeah, that's the best. And then you trade either wave C or wave 3 to the upside, and that depends on the price action that you get. So it's all probabilities, of course, in the end. Helps out with the algo so other people can find the stream too. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I guess it's good to remind people. That is what Mark always does, and you as well, maybe Band-Aid, with writing stuff in the chat. I try to provide as much value as possible, and if people like the stream, they know the buttons. If they want to support the stream, they know the links in the description, at least I guess. But yeah, thanks at least for being here, spending some time, and clicking the button if you do enjoy what you see. Sleeping Giant. Dot 2.0 will launch soon. Interesting. BTC up. Yeah, a bit of a move up. Of course, we had some bullish CVDs now. With this pace, so the bullish CVDs now played out, by the way, that we mentioned earlier. Higher low, lower low. But yeah, 67K is still important resistance. I would still like for the weekend range, we have so much empty space here, and the retracement, if this is only your 382, very shallow. I would still like to see a deeper retracement, but I don't mind moving towards the daily naked point of control, because it's a TP target I have. So, yeah. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, where are we? Do we have anything else? Hold on. Vet had quite some votes here. Let's have a look. Do I have that one? Yes. 130. I'm actually curious what I counted here. It's in my list. So what do we have? Okay, a potential 5-wave move. The typical 618 pull. So where is this taken from? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it's not valid because we had a 5-wave move. So at the moment in time, probably when I analyzed this for the first time, it was Feb and we got this push up. And we were looking for a 4 and a 5. And if price would move down here and touch the 618, we would label it a 3-waver and then probability is high to take the low. But at least we got another move up. So there's a higher probability of having an impulse. So that is why the 0.618 was on my chart, but that's one that's now old, so we can remove that. Confluences. Okay, let's have a look. This is good for context. Right? So okay, nice. So we have hit the weekly. Well, that's brilliant. It's quite crazy. It's still a 5% move. Oh, yo, we hit it yesterday. Yo, we came close today again, though. Huh, nice. Okay, so the support has been hit. Let's close support. Also the value area point of control. Yeah, I'm gonna note this one though. Put that one here. Okay. So what is this? I think this is a monthly order block. Yes, so we hit the monthly order block for the first time. If price comes back up inside the order block, probabilities increase to fill the block as well. So we got important resistance. So let me remove this. 0.07 to 0.08 arguably here. That is your best area of resistance. Ooh, and the point of control here as well. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, so this is definitely a zone, right? Definitely an important zone. A lot of resistance here around the 0.08 area. If you pass that, there's not too much left really. A couple of point of controls. Value area high, notable because of the value or the monthly that's there as well. Let me do this. I'm not too interested in the point of control there. Okay, so monthly. What fibs do we have from the high to the low? Ooh, the golden pocket is also inside the 0.08. 786 is close to the monthly and the value area high. 886 with the monthly. If you go to the 886, you're likely going to take the high anyway. Where are we? Okay, so that being said, so now that we have a bit of a top, we can at least look for support down here. Oh, wait 1 second. Gotta check. Hmm. 0.5. I gotta go lower. This is, of course, the thing. When I'm analyzing, sometimes I get quiet because I'm thinking. Sorry for that. 2, 4, between 3 and 4. That's still okay. So what I'm looking for now, just to explain, is this a wave 4 or a wave 2 in a bullish scenario? Of course, in both cases, you look for price to move up. One thing for sure is that there is so much overlap here in this move down that at the moment the probabilities would be higher this is corrective, considering all of the overlap to the downside. So it would increase probabilities to still look for higher and move towards the bigger resistance area that we have higher. The question is, though, if this is what I would like. 1, 2. Like the lower time frame here is a bit messy. I'm not gonna lie. You're either looking for 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, because you have 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. This wave 4 in time is still okay compared to the wave 2 you have here. But because of the low of wave 2, this one, not being far away from the low here, what I would like to do is, if we are looking for a wave 4, I just pull it from the lower low to be a bit more safe. Then toggle on this. So interestingly, as bullish as it is, this is also at the same time your bearish bullish scenario, because here you would be looking for either 3, 4, 5 of this degree, right? And alternatively, which is of course more bullish, 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5. But you can see this, even though the size is still okay in time for the wide 1 and the wide 2 compared to your 4, it looks quite big, and we're already at the 0.5 now. On top of the 3 fib time, which is not unusual for wave 4 to be 3 times longer than 2. So it's still fine. But what makes this bearish is that you expect at least 1, maybe 2 moves up and then get a bigger retracement. So for now, just because of the 2 lows here being close to one another, I prefer to take the fib from the low to the high, so that my 0.618 invalidation for wave 4 is a little bit lower. Because if I do this, it's going to be a little bit higher, as you can see. But it just gives me more confidence that if you hit this 618, a wave 4 is invalidated. Right? So therefore, for now, you would at least expect 1 more push up. Or, your alternative is 2 more pushes, but it doesn't matter, because by the time we do move up, we can reanalyze the chart. But what's interesting is if you can end your wave 5 at the area of resistance here and then get a bigger retracement, this is also a point of control of this area. So you might hit the point of control, move down to the value area low. Okay. Get back to, where did I do this? What was the pool that I had? What was the pool? Okay, never mind. No, okay, not the value area low. Let's analyze the volume if we include the range. To here. Put this on, let's see, 500. Oh, wow, we are at the value area high. Nice. Point of control, well, that's very low. So we are at a little bit of support. If you lose the weekly, though, I mean, your wave 4 is likely going to be invalidated, no? Which then invalidates this scenario. And then your alternative is, of course, a 1, 2. where then you have to count this as a finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, meaning 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. It's very messy on the lower time frames here. Like you got to count this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is of course quite long compared to 3 as well. So yeah, it's not ideal. It's not easy to fit a nice impulse to the upside here because of the mess that we have on the lower time frame. Because this has to be your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But look at your 3. And look at the range in the middle. It's very ugly, right? It's not nice at all. But as long as you don't at least invalidate a wave 4, the probabilities would be higher to look up. Highest volume in the high, 4, 5. So, yeah, okay, we covered this. A bit of an issue for VeChain is the 3 wave. If you want to count an impulse, you don't want to see this, right? It would be a lot more bullish if you had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but we never got that 4, and then a 5 up. So for a double 1, 2, I mean, it looks ridiculous if this is a 1, 2, 1, 2. Your second wave 2 is so much longer than your first. So you got to look for diagonals. But that is not very bullish compared to some other alts. But to make things very easy, whatever happens, this is your support, structural support, right? Important in Elliott waves as well, but this is your support. If you lose this, you go to 0. You're already at 0, by the way, anyway. So, but yeah, if you lose this range, yeah, I mean, wicking a low maybe, but if you lose this, I mean, there's absolutely, there's nothing. So if you're a VeChain fan, you better hope to see a move up here soon. An altcoin stream is tomorrow. It's where I focus on altcoins in particular and not only Bitcoin, which I usually do. But today I do alts as well because I had some more time on my hands, and I don't mind doing some analysis as well. So usually, this is I actually have a question as well. So usually we do Bitcoin, and then I go into chatting and Q&A. I answer lots of questions, but maybe I sometimes have to change a bit of chatting and Q&A to altcoin and chatting. So it's less alt, boom, 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 right? I can still answer questions in between while doing some alts like we do now as well. So if we do that, then I will cover a lot more alts throughout the week. So the live streams, if Bitcoin is quite similar and there's not too much going on, I cover Bitcoin first, and then we can do chatting and Q&A and alts at the same time, basically. And then, I mean, maybe even like close to every day might be some altcoins. So, and then of course we always do it with voting, because the community, you guys all together vote for what we then do. And usually I cover the first few, and then we go to the Wheel of Fortune. So all the alts go in the Wheel of Fortune, and then the ones that haven't been picked, they still have a chance. Yo, Jeroen. Welkom. Hoe is die kerel trouwens, met alles wat er is gebeurd de afgelopen tijd? Power meet, have a good one. Cheers. Good afternoon, Muda Vada. Mada, by the way. There is a Trackmania professional. So I used to be a professional in Trackmania for 11 years, for the ones that don't know. And his name is Mada. Used to play for Alliance back in the day, a couple of years back. So, and he is from Australia, and his logo is a penguin. Anyway, with regards to your bullish scenario, if price hits the 618, it invalidates a wave 4 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And counting this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, your wave 3 is so messy. I don't really like that. So yeah, if you lose the weekly, which is where we are now, if you lose this and you hit the 618 at like 0.024, it's not looking too great. You definitely then, I mean, by all means, this chart, it's at least we changed market structure here. We hit the monthly order block. Probabilities are higher for VeChain for now to look for the resistance here before taking the lows, right? Based on the info that we have at the moment. This is a very grinding structure to the upside, a lot of overlap as well. So higher probability that this is corrective for either a wave 4 or 2. If you lose the weekly though, point of control is your next area of support, a bit of an order block here as well. So that is, and that's kind of that, right? If you go all the way down here, that's a problem. You're going to take the lows. And yeah, I'd be very patient with the chart. Show some local proof of support. So look for a bit of a move to the upside and a retracement. Impulse, of course, in wave 1 then, along the wave 2. Or if you have other tools that support a move up, I'd be very patient with VeChain. But for now, this counts better correctively just because of all the overlap. I mean, I haven't counted this structure down because it's such a mess. So it doesn't really do anything. And you don't want to lose this range. Don't want to lose it. So yeah. Bitcoin, please. The Bitcoin analysis, the timestamp is in the pinned comment. Oh wait, the chat for you is there. So go to minute 17 in the live stream, and that's your Bitcoin analysis. Right. Afscheid genomen, zoek even afleiding. Yeah, so yeah. It's never nice when someone dies. So someone in the family of Jeroen passed away, unfortunately. And today he said his goodbyes, so he's here for a little bit of a distraction. I mean, BTC, please, yeah. I mean, it's just no problem. The time is up here, so I just refer you to 17 minutes. But yeah, I hope you're doing okay, Jeroen, and relax. The remainder of the day. Take care. Take care. So yeah. How long are we live though? Almost 2 hours. Yeah. Time for me to go very soon. Sending you an email. Cheers, Parmit. I'll make sure to check it out later. So yeah. He even played end of last year. Yeah, but he's still active. He's still streaming. Yeah, he's still active online. He's still streaming, playing Trackmania. He played Deep Dip, big event over the past 2 months. Cheers, Johan. So yeah, we covered Solana, DOT, and VET, and Bitcoin, of course. So I explained on Bitcoin what I'm looking for. Make sure to check out minute 17. I'm going to put the timestamps in the video. I explained what I'm looking for locally, as well as the weekly, daily, 1 hour time frame. Everything together. Mother, father in Australian slang. Okay, I see. So probably he did the same because he's from Australia as well. Oh wait, Austrian. Oh, never mind. Mother, father, Muda. Interesting one. So yeah, we covered some alts. You can see I have many in my list of all the analysis that we have done in the past, and Doge, high probability to be bullish unless you hit the 618. And if you do hit the 618, high probabilities for then a wave 2. And if you mess that one up, we go down. So probability is still higher for the bulls unless you hit the 618, just to quickly say that. So, okay. Everyone, thanks for being here and hanging out with me on this Saturday. Hopefully you're going to enjoy your weekend, or you already enjoying your weekend. Tomorrow is the altcoin stream, like altcoin specific. So we're only going to cover altcoins tomorrow, probably in the beginning, very quickly talk a little bit about Bitcoin, and then altcoin for the rest of the live stream. And I do think we have the opportunity of doing some more alts during the live streams more often if Bitcoin doesn't really do much or change scenarios. But it will take away some of the chatting Q&A, because of course when I am analyzing the chart, I have to focus, so I can't always keep up with chat. So it's the balance between chatting Q&A and doing alts on the stream. So the more alts I do, the less I can really focus on chat and answer all of the questions. Depends on the amount of viewers, of course, as well. But that's the trade-off. But with regards to alts in more streams, I can take it a bit slower with the alts and also chat more at the same time. Yeah, something to consider. I'll think about it. Poma, welcome, entering right at the end. But yeah, thanks everyone for being here. Cheers, Mark. If you don't know, I have a complete playlist all about Elliott Way, so that's the link that he's posting. Mark, always the amazing, and maybe a band-aid, always the two amazing moderators here. Thanks guys for being here as well. And I'm gonna catch you at the next one tomorrow, a new live stream. Tonight another update. It's already 6:15 p.m. but another Bitcoin update probably later today. See if price is gonna give us any new information, but for now it's just a weekend range. So that being said, thanks for being here. See you at the next one.